Okay. All right. I believe we are starting here. Welcome to our live stream. This is Dr. David E. Clarke, Dr. Narc. And as we begin, I just want to say a word about the assassination that happened today. If you're not aware, Charlie Kirk, just awful, tragic, and frankly, evil. We deal with a lot of evil in our ministry here with narcs, and man alive, just devastating by all accounts. And the only good news is he, I think pretty clearly, is a Christian, knows Jesus, and so he's in heaven now. But my goodness, we all need to pray. And the blonde and I, Sandy and I, are praying for, and our team praying for, of course, his dear wife and his kids. So awful stuff. This is if you doubt that there's evil in the world, stop doubting it. It's everywhere, and we're seeing this increasingly. So welcome to this live stream. We decided to go ahead with this. We think what we're doing here is important. We want to press ahead. This is the launch, as many of you know, of this brand new video series, plus the ebook, He's Not Changing. And I'm telling you right now, there isn't a Christian publisher on the planet who would publish this material. Now, I didn't ask. We're doing our own self-publishing here these days. But they hate this message. He's not changing. But if you've got a full-blown narc on your hands, guess what? He's not going to change. Narcissistic traits? Yes. Full-blown narc? No. Never seen it in 40 years. So this is controversial in many Christian circles, and frankly, I don't care. It's a biblical message, and it's also God's truth in psychology and based on my years of experience. So I'm gonna check in here a little bit. I'm gonna roll through a few items here. I'm gonna go over the series very briefly so you know what it's about, and then of course, I want you to know we are into value here at David E. Clarke Seminar. So I'm going to give you a coupon code at the end of this live stream, about 8:35. You got to hang in there because I'm going to give you a coupon code where you can get $100 off this package, this He's Not Changing package. So stay tuned for that. So I'll do a little checking in here, and then I'm going to go over my material, and then of course we'll do some more interaction. We'll have plenty of time for all this. Toronto. Oh, my dad was from Toronto. Yes. In heaven now. Yeah. Loves my stuff, my passion. I am passionate. You can ask the blonde. Absolutely. If I go after a topic, I go after it. I'm not low key. Yes. And God bless Charlie Kirk. Absolutely. New Zealand. Oh yeah. What a beautiful place. I would love to go to New Zealand. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe the blonde and I will make that. I like what Stephanie says. Thank you for all you do that most churches don't. Boy, Stephanie, you got that right. Most churches don't. They're going to have you stay with your narc until the day you die or he dies. They don't care what he does, what he says, the damage he does. We're not doing that in this ministry. We're going to get you out. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Okay. I got the TikTok folks over here too. Santa Cruz. Yeah, it's a pretty place. Yeah. All right. A lot of things going on in California. Won't mention that, but we do speak the truth here. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let me run over some of these things, and then we're going to do some interaction. So I am very excited about this brand new series. He's Not Changing. As excited as I've been about anything I've ever created. I think it's going to have a major impact with God's power in many areas, because this lie that I'm going to get into, the big lie that he's going to change and you're going to live happily ever after, is a big fat satanic lie. Not true. And the church, 98% of the church pushes it. No, we're going to shred that lie in this series. And I want to say a huge thank you to all of you who helped create content for this series. We asked for content. I got some wonderful content. That's what makes my material, I think, resonate, because it's from people who have lived it and who are living it with a narcissist, whether male or female narc. And thank you for your input on the cover. We came up, we think, with a killer cover. The hamster wheel won the day because it works on two levels. This is many folks, the overwhelming choice was the hamster. Now, the hamster on the wheel could be the abuse victim who's just going in circles, never going to leave, and it's still trying. But it also, we got a lot of feedback saying this is the rat. It was always a rat. This is the narc rat who also is never going to change. So it works on both levels. And guess who? You'll be shocked. Guess whose idea it was to even come up with the hamster wheel? It was the blonde's. She is brilliant. She is beautiful, and she is godly, and she is smart. So, and creative. So she came up with it. We want to give her full credit. She said, make sure you give me credit. She didn't say that, but I'm giving her credit. Yes, I am. Okay. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to mention again, those of you coming online here, this package as a regular price is going to be $300, and you're going to get a lot for that. But tonight, until midnight tonight, you've got the opportunity to buy this for $200. So that's $100 off. I'm going to give you a coupon code at the end of this live stream, 8:35ish or so, and you can use that coupon until midnight tonight. Boom, you're going to get $100 off. That's real value. We're trying to get this into as many hands as we can. Yes, we are. And again, you can watch the replay, of course, on YouTube, which it'll be on right after the live stream. You can get the YouTube, you can watch that, and of course get the coupon code that way if you happen to miss this, or you know people. If you have family, tell them, friends, people in the grocery line. Look, I don't know, the post office person, get them to watch this live stream, because they're going to be able to get this value, this big discount. Now I'm going to cover briefly, I'm going to give you a brief overview of this He's Not Changing series, okay? A few minutes, and then I'm going to take your questions and interact like I always do, okay? All right. Now, the big lie is keeping millions of spouses trapped in abusive marriages. Has for decades. It's a lie that's created by Satan himself. I believe it. And it's drilled into you by your narc spouse. Right? He wants you to believe that he's going to change. He's never going to change, but he knows that you want him to. And so he'll just keep you sucked in and stuck to him by indicating he'll change, by lying, fake repenting for decades. And also this lie is crammed down your throat by the Christian community. Absolutely. Well-meaning, godly people, yeah, I guess so. But you know what? I met a lot of them, but they're clueless. They're actually stooges of Satan, and they don't know it, because they want you to stay, because gosh, gee whiz, he's going to change this time. No, he's not. Now, here's the big lie. And many of you have believed this, and many of you may still believe it. The lie is this, the big lie: your spouse will change, and the two of you will live happily ever after. That's the lie. This is true only if you have a normal, loving spouse, a decent person who actually cares about you. You don't have that. The narcissist doesn't fall into that category. Any spouse, listen to this, any spouse who refuses to change for you for years, and that's what love is. You change for your person. He hasn't done that for years. Refuses. He refuses to love you the way you need to be loved for years, not just months, years. And doesn't care about the pain and misery he's causing you for years is two things. He's an abuser, and he's also a narcissist. And I would add a third one: he is a dirtball, and dirtballs like this never change. Now, a full-blown narcissist, and I am very careful to define this creature early on in this video series. Video number 1, after the introduction, video number 1 is about, am I living with a narcissist? Okay, we're going to nail that down. I don't throw that term around loosely. I know what one is, and I'll define it for you so you will know for sure. And if you've got a full-blown narc, he ain't going to change. You will kill yourself trying to change him, and trying to change yourself, and hoping and praying and listening to church people. And you know what? He doesn't change year after year after year. These Christian idiots, and I do call them idiots because that's what they are, will indicate to you that he will change. This time he means it. This time he means it. Yeah, last year that was something else. This time he means it. No, he's faking it. They don't live with them. What do they care? They just want you to stay married, because your marriage is an idol to them. They just want you to stay married no matter what. They don't care about you or your kids. Now, this series is for 3 groups of people, 3 distinct groups of people. First group, it's been years of you hoping and praying and trying, and your abusive spouse isn't changing. The pain is getting worse, but you still believe your spouse will change. You're just trying to hang on to that desperate hope. And you think biblically, and the church will tell you this is biblical, and it's not, but you think biblically you have to stay and hope he'll change. It's the only option you've got. You don't. And my series will make that very clear to you. The second group is that you have divorced your abusive spouse. You've had enough. You divorced him or her, but you still have serious doubts about your decision. You agonize over this. I talk to ladies on the phone every day who agonize over, boy, did I do the right thing? Would he have changed if I'd stayed? I am going to confirm to you, you made the right choice. This video series will make you realize, and it'll put your mind at ease. He was never going to change. Third group, you know someone someone you love, maybe one of your kids, maybe a close friend of yours, family member who was with an abuser, and that person, your loved one, still believes the narc is going to change. My series can open their eyes to the truth. And it's an awful truth to realize that my spouse, the one I married, I want to be here for life. Maybe I've got a kid or two, maybe 3 or 4. I don't want a divorce. I really want to believe he's going to change. It's an awful realization that he's not going to, but it's a realization you need to come to. Otherwise, you're never going to leave. Okay. So step by step with truth and action steps based on the Bible. Everything I do is based on the Bible and God's truth and psychology. We're going to shred this big lie. Now, let me go over here just briefly, and then we'll do some interaction here. When you buy He's Not Changing, and by midnight tonight, you get $100 off, here's what you're going to get. And it's the best package we've ever offered, I think. Of course, number one, you get the 19 videos in the He's Not Changing series. Okay, fine. You also get my video series, Freedom from Your Narc Journey. That's 21 videos, 4 hours of content that covers the entire escape journey as part of the package. Also, you're going to get the ebook transcript of He's Not Changing. And guess who typed every single word of the He's Not Changing ebook transcript? You're looking at him. I asked the blonde and she said no. She's tired of reading my awful handwriting. Okay, so I typed it. Fine. You're going to get that. And it's nice to have the written word, a lot of specifics there, and you can follow along with the written word if you want. You get that as part of the package when you buy it. And also, you get 50% off my ebook, Codependent Hell. We've sold a lot of those. God's been very good to us, and I think it's changed many lives. You can get 50% off that ebook as part of this package, because the next step, once you've realized that your narc is not going to change, I think the next step is Codependent Hell, shredding your trauma bond. This series takes a bite out of it, but that will finish it off. You'll finish off the trauma bond. You'll get righteously angry and empowered and get ready to take the steps to leave it. So all you have to do is go to my website, davideclarkephd.com. That's Clarke with an E. You'll see a description of He's Not Changing, and you can watch the introductory video. It's right there on the site. That's for nothing. Of course, you can watch that for free and kind of see where I'm going with the series. And again, at the end of this live stream, I'm going to give you, 8:35, I'm going to give you a coupon code that you can use to get $100 off this series by midnight tonight. Now, it ends at midnight tonight. So just say, okay, very good. All right. And again, you can watch the live stream replay if you want to still get that code. All right. I got one question I want to answer here, but let me interact with you. And then if I don't forget, I got a question that was emailed in that I think is a good one. Let's see what folks are saying here. Yeah, this was a good domestic violence counselor, Elaine. Domestic violence counselor said to me, I was brainwashed into thinking he was going to change. Yeah, exactly. It is a form of brainwashing. Absolutely. And baloney. 6.5 years. Very good. Very good. Yeah. All right. 40 years Suzanne was in. She got out. Good. It's never too late to leave. It is not. You're going to get your health back. You're going to get your emotional health back. You're going to be just so much happier. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Let me see what else is going on here. And then I'm going to go over here to TikTok too, see what's going on. Oh, I've never seen you live. Well, what a treat. Thank you for that. Well, yeah, seeing me live was really an experience. Ask the blonde. Yeah, good. Great to have you. Very good. All right. Good. All right. So glad you're with us. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is honest from Deanna. This is exactly where I am stuck. If I try harder, he will change. Oh, Deanna, I know. Many can relate to that. You can't ever try hard enough. It doesn't matter what you do or what you don't do, my dear. He's not going to change. But that's why I can just tell you that, but that's not enough. That's why I did 19 videos on this, because this lie is so strong. It's so pervasive. It's deeply embedded in you. And people you respect in the church, your pastor, a pastor's wife, a Sunday school teacher, elders in the church, and Christian media people that should know better, but they don't. They're telling you he's going to change. And again, they don't ask him to do anything. The narc's always given a pass. It's your job, especially if you're a woman. You have to try. If you just try harder, have more faith. I cover all the excuses. We come at this from every angle, Deanna, and we're gonna fix this in your life. We're gonna shred this. It will take time, but we're gonna get rid of this lie. It's hard to get rid of. That's why we're just pounding away at it for 19 videos. Yeah, boy. All right. Yeah, you're going to make it. You're going to make it out. I'm just telling you, you are. Some thumbs up here. Very good. Oh, Michelle says my daughter is trapped. Oh, yeah. Believe me, I get it. Got 2 video series for you. I would start because your daughter's the one who's trapped with a narcissist. The video series I have, we've got a resource for whatever your situation is. I'm telling you, my child is in love with a narcissist. That is your game plan. I would start with that. You don't go anywhere near the narc. Waste of time. You're going to work with your daughter in a step-by-step fashion and hopefully get her attention and get her away from this guy. This series could be a follow-up that he's not changing because she may believe that he's going to change, and we're going to shred that too. Yeah, we're going to get her out. You've had some success with that series too. Absolutely. Oh, Bianca wants to know, what is the discount code? Bianca, you have to wait another 20 minutes. I'm just telling you, you have to go through the torture of Dave Clarke talking for 20 minutes. $835, I'm giving that discount code. Don't worry. You're going to get it. All right. See what's going on over here. Yeah. On the TikTok people. Oh, I married a missionary. 10 years of horror, I'll bet. And then he's got the kids on our side too. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Boy, it's marrying the pastor and the missionary and the supposedly godly person. People probably love your missionary husband. Oh, for heaven's sake, a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's in for a very rude surprise. God is not mocked, but he can fool everybody else. How can you divorce a missionary? You're going to lose that PR battle when you know the truth. Now, hopefully you can win your kids back too. We have a resource for that too. The narcissist unmommed me. Once you've healed, okay, you got to heal first, then you can, and divorce, then you can address your kids and hopefully get them back. What a snake in the grass, missionary, for heaven's sake. Can't stand those kind of people. Yeah, this person likes the fact that she appreciates me. Thank you. You know what? It's good to be appreciated. Yes, it is. Okay. In the process of leaving a 20-year marriage to a religious covert narc with 4 teens. Oh my goodness. Having 4 teens is tough enough. We had 4 teens around this house. Oh, actually our previous house for years. And they were great kids. That's hard enough. But these religious covert narcs, they're masters. Everybody in the church loves them to death. Oh my goodness. Butter wouldn't melt in their tongue. They're sweet. They're godly. They're servants. They're awful. Behind closed doors, different story. Good for you. You're going to get out. And it's going to make a huge difference when you're free of this person. Not going to win the PR battle. I have a whole section in this He's Not Changing series, how you deal with these Christian idiots that are going to tell you all kinds of lies and biblical lies to make you stay with your narc and why they think he's going to change. You know what? I'm going to help you deal with them and get rid of them. I mentioned in this series, you're going to respond to them very directly and very bluntly, like Dr. Clarke would do. You're going to put them in their place, and you're going to move on. It's one snarky comment, one edgy biblical comment to each idiot Christian, and then you're going to never talk to them again. I don't care if they're related to you. You're done with them. All right. You're in a burning building, and they want you to stay. You're not having that. No. Let's see what else is happening here. This dear lady has a loved one that doesn't even realize yet that the guy is a narc. Yeah, they don't get it. The denial, and many of you can relate to this, the denial, the fog, the not realizing is very, very strong. And this is part of it, this lie that he's going to change. No. We're going to help her. I would get my child is in love with a narcissist. That's exactly what you need. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good one here. Thank you. You helped me discover I really was never loved. 39 years, right? Narcs are incapable of loving you. He did not physically or verbally abuse me. The emotional abuse ruined my life. Well, emotional abuse comes in all forms. He's a fake Christian covert narc. Oh my goodness. This dear soul had 4 strokes. Oh my goodness. Praise God, you're still standing. The impact on you physically is devastating. Devastating. It will rip you to shreds. I'm so glad that you're gone and you're out and you're on your way. Very good. Rebecca's going to court tomorrow. Narc husband tomorrow at 10 a.m. We're going to pray for you, Rebecca. We absolutely are. In fact, I'm going to pray right now. Dear Father, you know Rebecca's going to court with a narc. We are praying for empowerment for her and peace and wisdom. You bless her attorney and that she would win. There would be legal victory here, Father, and you'd get her away from this person. You know how difficult it is to be in court, Father. Would you help her? We're just going to pray right now. Yep, good. Yeah, yeah, 8:35, you're going to get that coupon code. Hang in there. You're getting it. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is great. Yeah, he called me a narc. Exactly. That's a classic narc strategy. I'm not a narc. You are. I'm not abusive. You are. I'm not controlling. You are. Are you kidding? Baloney. But it can get into your head. No, no. Anybody that says that is a narc himself. Look in the mirror, Sparky. Yeah. Yeah, this, and many of you can relate to this. It's not uncommon. Made the mistake of coming, of going, she went back to him. Trying to escape again. You're going to make it, this time for good. 70 years old. You are young. Oh my goodness, my dear, you're only 70. You're not even close to the prime. You've got years of life. You could have 20 years left, 15 really great years of freedom. Don't feel too bad about going back or letting the guy back in. They're so masterful. They lie beautifully. Satan's controlling them, so they're really good. That's why they're so good. Okay, you know what? Just start again. You'll be able to escape. Not uncommon to go through a few times of trying to get out. It's okay. Don't worry. Yeah. Here's a man. Yeah, this is a female narc. After 35 years, she left. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. And the church pastor supported her. Oh, yeah, classic. And the pastor told me he was not going to explain to me biblically why. Well, really? At least have the guts or the dignity, the respect to at least share what you think. No, she fooled him. Narcs are wonderful at schmoozing them. Thanks for nothing. Yeah, not much of a pastor. No. Yeah, son married to a narc. Yep. A lot of that's going on. Yeah. Get my child is in love with a narcissist. Exactly what you need. And this series would also help. Good question here. Is it possible to escape with zero support? No friends, no family, no job, no money, no health. Yeah. She can't get a job with him. You know what? Yeah, this seems hopeless. 49 years trying to escape. I would say this. This is where you are today. Okay, you're not leaving today. You're not leaving next week. Maybe not even until next year. Step by step. And this is why I would read Codependent Hell, and I would read Enough is Enough secretly. You don't say a word to the narc. As far as he knows, you're staying forever. Step by step, you can get all these things taken care of. You do need a support system. You do need people that will support you. You probably do need a job. And you say it's impossible to get a job. You can get a job. This is not the Middle East. You can get a job. You're going to get a job. But you have to be strong enough to deal with the backlash, and you're not yet. That's okay. So step by step, you're going to get what you need. You just have to start. It's a journey. So yeah, you don't leave today. You're not ready to leave today. I come across ladies who have a job and they have money, and so financially they're ready to leave. But you know what? Emotionally, they're not ready. It is a hellacious process leaving a narc. He will make you pay dearly. You have to be ready and strong enough, and the kids have to be ready. You have to be ready for the backlash, and you're going to get a lot of it. The divorce process, awful, doesn't even begin to cover it. That's why I wrote the book, Escaping Your Narcissist. That'll tell you how to do it. But you have to be ready. Take your time. That's okay. Yeah. And you're going to get very little support. Your church will turn on you, very likely. Your pastor will turn on you. His wife will turn on you. A bunch of dumb Christians will turn on you. Friends you thought were friends will turn on you and side with the narc. You have to be ready for all of that and have some people that understand and believe you. Yeah. Oh, why? Here's a good question. Why can't people not want to change? Well, because they're narcs. Narcs have no desire to change. There isn't the slightest inclination to change because they love who they are. And they're so terribly insecure inside. And like, really, who cares? But the fact is they're terribly insecure. And they'd have to, any change requires humility. I'm wrong. I have serious flaws. That's why they're not Christians. They cannot repent and say, I'm a sinner because they don't believe it. So it's a different animal. All right. Change is hard if you're a normal non-narc person. When you're a narc, no way. I'm not going to humble myself. I'm not going to admit that I have to change. Oh, no. It's a totally different animal. Well, this dear lady says, thank you, Dr. David E. Clarke, PhD. That's very formal. I like that. For all your Facebook videos that supported me in divorcing my narc, glad to do it. This is the ministry God has given to me and my team. Absolutely. After 35 years of saving marriages, non-narc marriages, difficult marriages, affairs, domestic violence, but there wasn't a narc. God used us to save many marriages, and now we're into this whole new area. We are ending marriages. They're already over, but we have a narc involved. We're going to get you out. That's what we do, and God's blessing us to do that. Oh, here's a good question like this. Dr. Clarke, is there scientific proof narc victims, and in her case, 40 years of living with a narc, can cause physical pain, fibromyalgia, a bunch of physical problems? We need to have studies on this. I read a few. They're not really focused on the narc, but the studies I've looked at are focused on trauma, PTSD, and all kinds of trauma. And there's a clear link between trauma of all kinds and all kinds of physical problems in children as well as adults. So there's your evidence. But all the ladies I've talked to, I think just about every single one over the years, and now the last 10 years of doing this ministry, they give me, we figure out they're with a narcissist. They give me the information. I say, yeah, he's a narc, no question. And then of course, they'll talk about the physical problems. That's the only proof I need. I know it's real. I believe these ladies. They're articulate. They love Jesus. They're saying what's happening. They've been to doctors, and there's no evidence. Most Christians are not going to do this because they don't want to believe this. They think, you go to your pastor, I've got all these physical problems. I'm living with this narc. He doesn't get it. He just thinks you have physical problems. Oh, don't blame your spouse. Yeah, we're blaming him. There's no other reason, because the doctors will tell you there's no biological reason. It's stress and trauma. Oh, look at this. This is a good day for this dear lady. Today is my first day going back to my house after finally divorced. Oh my goodness. You know what? That is cause for celebration. Wow. God removed a veil from my eyes. You know he did, and mine. And the Lord used, it was nice. He used you, Dr. Clarke, to be brave and leave the toxicity. Good for you. Toxicity. Good. God bless you. Well, God bless you too, my dear Heidi. You know what? Praise God. When you have there's steps along the way to freedom. Realizing you have a narc, realizing he's not going to change. And this, of course, will help you realize he's not changing in this new video series. And then beginning to get strong enough emotionally, physically, a job, financially, getting ready to leave, and then divorcing, and then healing after the divorce. Absolutely important. Yeah. Oh, here's a question. Yeah, easy one. Is it okay to divorce if I'm being physically abused? Oh my goodness, absolutely, my dear. Oh yeah, that is abuse. 1 Corinthians 7:15 covers abuse. That includes physical as well as emotional abuse. When Paul uses the phrase "in such circumstances," that refers not just to the preceding phrase of 1 Corinthians 7:15, where it talks about the abandonment by the unbelieving spouse. Paul is broadening the area of abuse. In such circumstances, plural, and that means all kinds of abuse. Physical, absolutely on the list. And if he's not touching you physically or beating you up, then emotionally he's beating you into the same thing. You have all kinds of biblical support. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And there's somebody here supporting her. Absolutely. You're leaving. Absolutely. You're leaving. Yeah. Okay. We're looking over here at TikTok and see what's going on over here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, financial abuse. Absolutely, Connie. It's a real thing. Devastating. And I would include, even if you've got plenty of money, if the narc controls it, he's got a great job or whatever, but if he controls the money and you have an allowance or you're cut off, that's financial abuse. Also, if he's a slacker and doesn't work and forces you to work and pay for everything, financial abuse. Gambling, whatever. There's all kinds of things the narc will do. Runs out and buys a car and brings it home and says, here's your new car. Really? That's abusive. Please. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, finally, someone who gets it. Boy, I do get it because of all the input, not just the years of experience. Of course, that helps. Hopefully, God's speaking to me through the Bible and through my experience as a psychologist and all the input you dear folks give me. Oh, yeah, I get it. And we're going to get you out. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. 8:30. 6 more minutes. Or almost 5 minutes to, a little more than 5 minutes to that coupon code. Hang in there. We're getting there. Oh, great question. Can a narcissist walk with God? No. 1,000 times no. 1,000,000 times no. Now, here's the key, Rachel, and many of you know this. They can fake it. They can look for all the world like they love Jesus, they're serving him. They can be a pastor. They can be a missionary, like the lady we talked to earlier. Missionary, 10 years, treated her like garbage. They can look and they can fool everybody. Of course, they're not going to fool God. Nobody fools him. And they're not going to fool you either. But everybody else, absolutely. They do not know Jesus. They do not. A full-blown narc is not a Christian and is not going to become one. I hate to say it. That's the God's truth. Never seen it happen. They'll fake it. Not true. They're unable to repent. To repent, you've got to be broken and humbled and admit your fault before the Lord. And part of the process is really, believing that Jesus died for all of your sins. Well, if you're a narc, you don't do any sins. They justify everything. They're not a Christian, period. People in the church that don't get it hate when I say that. Are you saying he's not a Christian? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I am. And how else would you explain, if I'm talking to a pastor, which I don't do anymore, these people, because I got sick of arguing with them, but how do you explain, sir, godly man that you are, and many of them are in their own sphere of influence, but how do you explain the evil that this man has done to his wife? The destroying of her physically, the destroying her emotionally, the destroying the children, the spending the money, all these episodes of abuse, category after category after category, no empathy, no conscience, and turning her own kids against her. That's evil. No Christian would do that. Satan controls the narc, period. That's creepy, but it's just the truth. Yep, absolutely. Oh, here's a daughter that calls her mother the narc. Oh, for heaven's sake. What an ungrateful kid. I guess who's the narc in that scenario? Of course, this could be a case where parental alienation, I'm not sure how old this daughter is, but the narc will turn your own children against you and convince them that you're the narc. Okay, we're going to fix that with the Narcissist Unmom Me video series. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, this lady found me on YouTube. Autumn, that's a nice name, Autumn. These are all nice names, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here's mine is using God against me to get me to stay. Oh, absolutely. They're gonna play the God card. If they can ever find their Bible, they'll start reading their Bible. They will talk to the pastor. They'll go to a men's group. They go to Celebrate Recovery. They'll become a leader in these groups because they're that good at fooling other Christians. And then they'll put the pressure on you. Look, I've changed. Forgive me. Let's move on. Liars. Absolute liars. You ignore that guy. See, she's got the trauma bond going on. I know. I'd recommend this video series, He's Not Changing, and Codependent Hell. Okay, let's get ready to give this coupon code. It's very exciting. We're near the end here. Yeah, husband turned my son against me. Yep. Husband always gone. Yeah, this is crazy. Here's a guy. I hear these stories all day long from phone advice clients. And if you don't want to talk to me in a phone advice, you can do that. I do it, every Monday through Thursday. Anyway, of every week. But here's a narc dad who was a terrible father, ignored the kids and was gone all the time and treated them bad. But when you divorce him, all of a sudden, and the divorce process, all of a sudden, he's dad of the year, and he starts being, turning them against you. He doesn't care about the kids, but he can fool them at least for a while. We're going to get those kids back, I believe, but it's going to take a while. Yeah. Yep. Nasty. Turn my twins against me. Yeah. Happens a lot. I'm telling you, if have been alienated from your kids by the narc, get that Narcissist Unmom Me series. It's going to be gold for you. It's exactly what you need. Yeah. Okay. Now, really briefly here, before I give you the coupon code, is again what you're going to get. $100 off the package. You're going to get, of course, the 19 videos of He's Not Changing. Okay. This brand new video series. You're going to get the video series that's all already on the website for free. Also for the package, Freedom from Your Narc Journey. You're going to get the ebook transcript, which I type myself. I'm just telling you everywhere. That the ebook transcript of He's Not Changing, and also you're going to get a code that you can also buy Codependent Hell for half off. Ordinarily it's $20. It's going to be $10 for you. So that is value. And again, $100 off. I'm telling you, it's a deal. We are trying to help people. We're not trying to make a fortune. All right. The blonde does have her remodeling projects. That's true. But nonetheless, we're trying to help people. You look in this area of ministry and you'll see people charging a lot more, which is, hey, God love them. They can do what they want. We're trying to be reasonable here. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. A few more, and then I'm going to give you the code. Yeah. And we'll do the next live stream probably in a couple of weeks or so. We'll come back and do it because I love doing it. Yeah. Thank you for the encouragement. Never heard anyone say for 70 years old is not too late to start again. Absolutely, it's not too late. 70's young. Look, I'm coming up on 66. I had better be right. Woo-hoo! Let me tell you. No, my dear, you're young. You are young. We see stories in the Bible of older people in quotes that God used with incredible Abraham, Sarah. Are you kidding? People that were old. You know what? And he used them. And so, no, it's not too late. You are in great shape. Never too late. Satan wants you to believe never too late. Yeah. Okay, last question. Is the clam, she must have read my book, Men Are Clams, Women Are Crowbars. Is the clam related to narcissistic behavior? Nah, not really. That book is about, this is a Focus on the Family book I wrote some time ago. Nobody bought it, but too bad. Focus supported me with that book, but it's a non-narc book. It's for regular couples. Men Are Clams, Women Are Crowbars. The clam there is the man typically who just clams up and doesn't talk. No, that's not a narc. A narc is a totally different animal. Now, he might be a clam, but he's a lot of other horrible things too. Absolutely. Again, thank you for all your support. Love doing these live streams. We'll do another one. Oh, yeah, right. This is the last one. Yeah, I was going to do this and I forgot. Last thing, please talk about not forgiving the narc. Yes, got this in. This dear lady wanted me to talk about this. Yes. I got to find this somewhere because it's, here it is. Yeah. The short answer is, and here's the good news. Listen to me. You never have to forgive the narc. God does not want you to be in a constant, in fact, never-ending cycle of he hurts you, you forgive. He hurts you, you forgive. He hurts you, you forgive. All the way through the marriage. That keeps you stuck in a trauma bond. And even after you divorce him, you're supposed to continue. He never stops hurting you. Forgive, 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 hurt, forgive. No. Get this. God in the Bible never forgives an unrepentant sinner, ever. You're not going to find it in the Bible. We are to forgive as God forgave us. The Bible's clear on this. We see it in Colossians. We see it in Ephesians, other places in the New Testament, and even the Old, but mostly in the New. Okay, we're to forgive as God forgave us. Okay, God only forgives someone who's truly repentant. A narc is never going to repent. He's incapable. Therefore, God is not going to forgive him. And if God doesn't forgive him or her, you don't forgive him either. What you're going to do is you're going to heal. First you're going to get away from him. Get strong enough to leave, righteous anger, and this can be part of that process, realizing he's not going to change. And then you're going to get strong, you're going to leave him, you're going to get through the divorce, you're going to heal from all he's done. Once your life is in order, you're going to heal from all he's done, and you're going to release him to God, but you're not going to forgive him. That's not forgiveness, that's healing and starting over. So good, I'm glad Candace, you mentioned that. I was going to forget. Oh, we don't want that. Okay, you ready for the code? Here's the coupon code for $100 off this outstanding package. It is simply Clarke. Pretty easy, but make sure you put the E on Clarke or you're not going to get anything off. All right, Clarke. I think it's in caps. CLARKE. Go to the website, davideclarkephd.com, Clarke with an E, and there'll be opportunity to put that coupon code in. Clarke, that's the code. Clarke, CLARKE in caps. And I'm telling you, you'll get the coupon code, you'll get the discount, and you'll be on your way to getting off the hamster wheel. Because it's been long enough. You may know someone that needs this. You can buy it for them, send it to them, whatever you want to do. Okay? Thanks so much for joining us. We are done. The blonde is waiting in the living room to have me talk to her like I always do, and she misses me. Thanks for coming. We'll talk to you in a few weeks, okay? I'm glad I remembered the code. You would have told me. I forgot.